They sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Seattle. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Perkins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it 4 times to interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Walker with another carry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Seahawks at 6 and 10 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. A shotgun snap for Smith. And Walker with it over the middle. Fights through and now a crease. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like it. Right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Perkins. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now in the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Here's Walker to start the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Going right back to Akers. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Throwing is Perkins. Out to his left. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawks defense. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Perkins. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 65 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. Perkins. Robinson's got it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Perkins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game to run into every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Come 19!
Throwing now is Geno. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
18 Cardinals, 18, right in!
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Geno now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it. It's Walker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. In motion left, Robinson. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to Robinson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll run for it with Akers. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Okay, ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Now Gino on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Tavon Austin now from the end zone. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown. Then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Cody Barton there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting the receiver on the run.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
To throw on 2nd down. Perkins. That's out to the flat for Akers. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Here's Akers. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll try and sneak it here. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, you just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Akers again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tariq Woolen picks it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they were pretty hard. So who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And even 150 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And this one's incomplete.
Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Geno. Looking sideline, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
This offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the run, Smith going to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Running left is Walker. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Rams are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 171 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On the give, this is Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On the ground, it's Akers. And some room to run now. Touchdown, L.A. Cam Akers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Rams 22. Matt Gay to kick off for Los Angeles.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
Come on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Smith going to throw it. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, They were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Going right back to Akers. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
60 Eagles.
Here we go on 4th down. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20, 10, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, 69 yards. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.